Alright, runners and parents of runners, today's episode is for you. Whether you're wondering if you should join your school's cross-country or track team, or you're a parent wondering what even is a tempo run and why is my kid icing their shins with a bag of frozen peas, I got you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a 17-year-old cross-country runner. I'm going into my 5th year of cross-country and my senior year of cross-country, so I've got it down. I know the ropes, I know the sport, and you guys have been asking me tons of questions on TikTok and Instagram about how to get into running, so I started this series called How to Run and Not Hate It, where I answer your questions. If you've missed the last 2 episodes about how to start running and injury prevention, they're in the description below in the playlist of How to Run and Not Hate It. This week's episode is about joining cross-country and track because I've gotten tons of questions about that. If you like this content and you want more, go subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And make sure that if you have any questions, I'll be so happy to answer them. Just leave them in the comments below or on my TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and I will be so happy to answer. Alright, let's get started. Okay, for our first part, should I join cross-country or track? So, cross-country is a bit more Personally, in middle school, I joined cross-country as the smallest person on the team, with no clue what I was doing. I ran slow, I had bad form, I had bad races, and honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made. Ever since I joined cross-country, it has taught me more about discipline and self-love than anything ever has. I used to play soccer and be a competitive cheerleader, and I love running more than I ever loved any of those sports. Cross-country has, I feel like, brought me closer to nature, and I love being outside. And being on a team and running with people on a team is some of the tightest bonds that you'll ever have in your life. So, me personally, I'm a cross-country runner. I'm a distance runner at heart. I personally don't like the short distances that we do in track, but track is also a great option if you're more competitive, if you want more intense meets. If you're here for the speed and not for the distance, go track. You don't have to be fast to start either one. They're both fun and great for you for starting. So track is also great because you don't have to just run. You can do so many other events. You can do hurdles, you can do pole vaulting, you can do jumps, you don't have to just run. So if you're into a variety of things and maybe you just don't want to be running all the time because cross country is just running, just a lot of running. And weekly mileage adds up fast. If that's not for you, hey, you can build into it and I highly recommend trying cross country. But if tons and tons of distance isn't for you, track might be your go-to. Okay, now for the actual helpful part. Here's what I wish someone would have told me when I joined my first cross-country team. First, everyone starts somewhere. When you first join, you're going to see the varsity runners, the seniors, the upperclassmen speeding around like gazelles, going like 70 miles per week, going super fast. No, chill out, guys. Ignore it. Focus on your pace. Consistency and good form and all that wins every time. Don't rush into it. Running, the beauty of running is that it's an individual sport, so it is really everyone goes at their own pace, everyone gets better on their own, so focus on you and get better as you go. Just do better than you were yesterday, be better than you were yesterday, and you will thrive. Don't focus on what everyone else is doing, focus on you and how you can be better. And I know that is easier said than done, trust me, I feel it too, but if you focus on yourself and focus on being better than you were last week, then trust me, you're going to be so much happier and so much more successful. I'm just going to spit out my gum because I'm not very professional with it. Tip number 2, always bring snacks. Always eat before practice, even if it's early morning, whatever, always make sure that you are fueling, especially in cross country, but even in track too. You burn so many calories running, and odds are if you're joining cross country or track, you're a preteen or a teenager who's already growing and burning lots of calories, you need to eat. You're going to faint, you're going to get bad times, you're going to underperform, you're going to get hurt. You need to eat, so make sure you bring snacks, eat before practice, and carbs are your best friend. One of my go-to cross-country snacks, especially for early morning runs, are my homemade protein balls that went viral on TikTok. I will put them in the description of this video so that you can go find them too, but they're also pinned to my TikTok page if you want to go watch that. I highly recommend making them. Tip 3, invest in good gear, especially shoes and socks. I learned this the hard way. I wore trail shoes for running on the road, and I got hurt. Don't do that. You want to get good shoes that fit you well, that you like. I recommend going to your local running store because they're the experts and they can analyze your gait and help you figure out what shoes work for you. Personally, I love the On Cloud Surfer and I love Brooks a lot. So those are some of my recommendations. I also have a playlist of shoe reviews that I can link somewhere here and in the description below, so if you want to watch that, you can. But really, shoes are so different for everyone, so find a pair that you like. Also, I recommend wearing running socks because blisters and calluses suck, and I have running socks that have prevented those completely for years. Like, I used to get blisters all the time, and then ever since I started running in my running socks, I don't get blisters. Like, I don't know if that's it or if my feet have just adapted, but they work. So if you want those, they're in my Amazon storefront, which I will link in the description as well, so you can go find them too. I also have all of my favorite tried and true running gear on my Amazon storefront, so that makes it easy for you guys. So get good gear that you love and that you know that you will wear. And tip 4, don't skip warm-ups and stretching. And I know that those are the boring parts. I know you just want to get out there and run and do it. But if you don't warm up properly before a run, and if you don't cool down and stretch properly after, you're on a road to get hurt. Now, tons of people have asked me about my my own hip and glute and shin and other warm-up circuits, and I have them linked in my link tree. I made little PDFs. I'll also put those in the description so you can download those and just do what I do, my whole routines that I have. They're super easy, only like 5 to 10 minutes long. But I just highly recommend, like, whatever it is, just do a few quick stretches before you leave for your run, and stretch and foam roll and recover when you get back, and your body will thank you, trust me. I know it seems boring and it seems like it takes forever, but really, if you just do 5 minutes before or 5 to 10 minutes after, it's not even 20 minutes out of your day. Just do it. Especially when you get old, like when you're an adult, your body will thank you. Alright, parents, you made it to this part of the video, so gold star for you. Here's what you should know about supporting your young runner. So I've gotten lots of comments from parents on my Instagram and TikTok asking me what to do or what to expect or how they can support their kid. And thank you for all those comments. I am so happy to help. So, good for your kid for signing up for cross country or track. It's a great, great sport. Encourage them along the way. Encourage them to stick with it because it is so fun. So first, you thought they were eating you out of house and home before, you're in a whole new territory, buddy. They are going to eat a lot. Running is hard, and it makes you hungry because you burn a lot of calories. So make sure that they are eating enough, especially before and after practice, to fuel their runs, because there is a thing called REDS, or relative energy deficiency in sport. I have a bit of experience with it. Basically, it's where you don't eat enough calories to support your training, and it can cause a lot of setbacks. I have a few other videos talking about that I can link in the description below as well, if you want to know more about that. But moral of the story is, make sure your kids are eating. Second, rest and sleep and rest days do matter. Make sure that your kids are getting enough sleep. Make sure that they actually take rest days and don't run through pain, because that can cause injury, and your body needs time to rest and recover, and sleep is one of the best recovery methods. Also, don't run 7 days a week. It's kind of self-explanatory, but make sure that your kids are actually stopping and taking a break and not just running every single day, because that can lead to burnout, speaking from personal experience. Alright, next, ask how something that helped me, that my parents did and do, is ask me how I feel, not just how I performed. And what I mean by that is like my dad will, how do you feel after that race? Like mentally. Because sometimes the time and the PRs can get to your head, and running is very much a mental sport. And sometimes the mentality is harder than the actual physical part. So the mental game sometimes matters more than times on a stopwatch. So make sure that your runners know that even if they didn't perform their best that day, it's okay, because it's a hard sport, and that sort of thing. You guys are parents. I'm sure you know your kids well. But these are just some of the questions I've been asked and some things that have helped. Oh, before I forget, don't forget to cheer them on at meets. Be that parent. Bring the cowbells and the signs and the bubbles and all of that. Look, we act like it's cringy, but we secretly love it. And no, your kid's not being dramatic when they say they need a new pair of shoes already. Mileage adds up fast, and in order to avoid injury and keep your joints lubed up, you need to replace your shoes every 300 to 500 miles. Alright, and for my last section, if you're new to all this and don't know where to start with gear, I made it easy. Tons of people have been asking me where I get all my gear, what should I use for this, what should I wear for that, where's your fanny pack from, where's your cross-country bag from, and I have an Amazon storefront now, so it's linked in the description and in my YouTube bio. I put all my go-to running gear and clothes and socks, my fanny pack, hydration stuff, recovery stuff, and cool little device that I'll show you in a minute. It's all linked on my Amazon storefront, which is in the description. It's all tried and true. It's all approved by me. So go check that out. I will never let you guys down. Okay, so here's that cool little device I was telling you about. My dad got it for me. It's also on my Amazon storefront because I highly recommend, especially if you're a teenage girl running alone, but I think even guys need it too. It's called the Wrist Saver, and what it is it's a little bracelet with pepper spray, and it's super easy. So it's not bulky at all. So when I run with it, I literally don't even feel it. I just put it by my watch, and if I'm running all by myself, I feel safer, and my parents feel safer knowing that I have this. It also has a little ID thing here, so that if something happens, people know who you are, and of course the pepper spray. And it's kind of cute because it's pink. So this is also in my Amazon storefront too. I highly recommend it. I think it was only like $20. Which isn't bad. Running with a team can seriously change your life. It can teach you discipline, teamwork, and how to suffer through 90-degree practices without dying halfway through. So whether you're just thinking about it, already signed up, or a proud cross-country mom or dad, welcome to the wild world of distance running. Alright, remember to like and subscribe and comment any questions below, and I will be so happy to answer them. Next week's episode of How to Run and Not Hate It is all about trail etiquette and staying safe on runs. So we'll be tapping more into this sort of thing because safety is super important, especially for young girls out there running. So stay tuned for that. As always, go follow me on my other platforms, TikTok and Instagram, Gluten Free Runner. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember to comment any questions you have down below, and I'll be so happy to answer.